welcome, Kirsten from JK Fiber Arts. Today we are looking at our final yarn from the Spin from the Fold and Chain Plied Petals and Pewter, which is the custom blend that I created and had milled. The other thing in the main event really is we're going to do some thick and thin art yarn, and I am going to show you how to two-ply it. Super fun. So let me show you the final yarn here. So this is, I just loved this spin too. It was so soft, really easy to spin from the fold. I think if you've never done it before, this is a good one to start with because I didn't have it blended a ton, so their colors are really nice and in easy sections to spin. It's also divinely soft, and I don't know if you can see, I'll see if I can get up close enough. You can see, let me hold it up a little so the light hits it. There's got a lovely halo on this, and it is super soft. It's got baby alpaca, Shetland silk, Tussah silk, and bamboo. And here it is. And you can see also that the colors are pretty well maintained through here. You know, we have several areas of solid, here's a good example here. And then some of it is blended together, but really nicely so. I just really like the way this one turned out. So let's get to the art yarn. A couple of options here for doing our thick and thin. Originally, this is the one I wanted to do. I still think I might want to do this one. It's really pretty. This is boho chic. This is just straight up merino. This one is merino and bamboo, 8515. And this one is straight up Coriadel. There is something to be said for using Coriadel. It's not quite as a slippery fiber, and it may make it a little bit easier to spin your thick and thin. I'm not sure that this is my favorite fiber dye. I don't necessarily like this blend, but it might look cool as an art yarn. You know, you never know, because you start to spin it and then you look at it and you're like, oh hey, that's actually pretty cool. And it also may actually look cool spun from the fold, or even just spun straight and having some of these blend maybe a little more together. Really not my scene for this color, but I wanted to try to do something with it. So I'm debating, and as I sit here looking at it, you know, merino is really soft and slippery, but it's nice and smooth. It gives you a really nice look. I really kind of want to do the thick and thin with this one, where you ply with a thread ply. I'm drawn to this one the most. And then I like this one the second best. It's kind of like a purpley pink with some brown in there. But I think that this will look cool because look at the swirls in it when you do that. So you know, you won't get as much blending when it's the thick bits. So we'll see how it goes here. I think that there's a chance that this is going to go pretty well. I wanted to pick one that would have some color, you know, in the thick areas, so that when we apply it back on itself, you'll see what I'm talking about. So the way I want to do this is when you spin art yarn, it's all about the direction of a twist in the ply. When you do a thick and thin and you ply it back with itself, it works really good. You don't have to do the math. You can just spin your normal way. I can spin my single Z, apply the two together S. No extra thought required, which is nice, and it gives you a really pretty yarn. I really do want to spin this though. Oh, for now, let's do our thick and thin with this one. Or should I do Coriadel? I can't decide. All right, I'm heading to the wheel, and you'll be surprised with what I decide. I will see you over there in just a minute. Okay, I have decided I'm going to do this one just because I love it. I'm just going to apply it on itself. It's going to be great. I divided it in half. Just like when we did our thick fold singles, we're going to prep this by peeling it into strips. It's going to make it easier to draft and to have control of the thin and the thick sections. So we're going to split this. Oh, I'm probably going to split it into like thirds maybe. We'll see here. Oh, this is so pretty. I really like this yarn, or this fiber, I mean. I think, actually, I'm going to do this one more time. Is that going to be thick? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's plenty thick. Okay, yeah, this will be great. So this will end up being in sixths pretty much. And again, whenever you are going to spin thick and thin, it is really all about the pre-drafting, especially if you struggle with spinning thick, which I do. It's not cheating, it's just being smart. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty. What we're going to do here is I'm going to use my Sonata. This is a single drive Scotch tension wheel, and I have the small end of my bobbin away from me, and I'm going to just put the Scotch tension on the back here. I do have my auto level winder also, and I've never done the art yarn with the auto level winder before. This should be interesting. Hopefully not in a bad way. Let's see how this works. I'm going to put my drive band on the largest whirl. If you remember, when we did our fold singles, the thick doesn't need much in the way of twist. And the thin areas, though, will take a little more twist. And you'll see what I mean here. And we've done our pre-drafting. So we want our draw, so I'm filling with the Scotch tension over here right now. We want our draw to be a little bit stronger because we don't want too much twist in this. I've got my pre-drafted little strips here, and I think I'm actually going to alternate with some of these colors. Let's try this to start. Now, I'm using 23 micron merino, so this is a little bit slippery, and it can be challenging. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to tie it to the beginning. Let's do it right through here. I'm going to tie it right through my loop here. Just a little tie on. Just make my life easier. Okay. And I'm going to be spinning everything Z, and we're not going to worry about, since I'm not going to thread ply this, we don't have to worry about the angle of ply. This makes a beautiful yarn, and you two ply it on itself, and I think it's lovely. Just want to see how much draw I have here. So the key to spinning this is I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to hold them, and you can test this on your fiber. I'm going to pull, and right where I start to see it thin here, that is going to be the thin area. So I'm going to go right till I get to that thin spot. See where you can almost see through it right here? That's going to be my thin. So this is going to be my thick here, and then I'm going to pinch just past that thin bit and let that go in. Now I'm pinching again, and I'm drafting, right? Till it gets really thin where it almost feels like it's going to break. And then I'm going to pinch. I increased my draw now, so it should really go on a lot fast. I'm going to do it even more, so it should go on a lot. There we go. Now it's really going to go on fast. So I'm pulling, pinching, pulling, and right where it gets thin, and I'm going to draft, slide, draft, slide, draft, slide. And then when I pull this out, you'll see here. All right, so now you'll see that when we relax this, if we do like a little ply back test on itself, you can kind of see what we're going to get. And this is going to look super cool. And we've got our thick part here, we've got our thin, and then over here I have a thick part. It's not quite as thick as the other one, so we're going to make it a little more pronounced, more like this. Let me wind this back on though, so I don't mess up my twist here. And when this winds on, the thin bits in between the thick bits are going to have more twist. And when you do the ply back test, they should coil back on them, but the fat part's not going to. And then you're going to pull, draft it till it's so thin that you think, oh my gosh, that's going to break. And there's your thin bit. And then just let that twist come in, and it goes on. And just keep doing it. And my treadle is very slow on this, and art yarn takes a long time to do. And you can do this as consistently or as irregularly as you want to. So you can make some thicker, some thinner. You can, have some that, are very, like you're going to do, like you ply, like very consistent, every X number of treadles you're going to make your thick. And that'll give you a very consistent thick and thin. And you see how I'm doing that? You're drafting till it's almost broken. You can see light through it. And you let that go. So you can see I have my nice very thin bit here and my thick bit there. So you see how that goes? So you're basically pinch, draft, let go. 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 And that is how you do it. And then we can check back here and see, let me turn this off. Actually, I'm kind of liking my auto level winder for this because sometimes I get caught on the hooks on the regular flyer. So this is actually quite lovely. My new auto level winder for the mashless will be here tomorrow. So I am super excited. Well, it says tomorrow. I don't know what time tomorrow, but I hope it comes early because I want to spin my sea glass with it. So I'm going to unwind this a bit and we're going to show you here. I'm going to take this and we're going to apply it back on itself. And you see how that looks? Oh, doesn't that look cool? It's going to give you this really cool kind of thin, thick. It depends on how everything lines up whenever you ply it too. If you get thin on thin and thick on thick, it'll look really different and cool. So you can see how all this looks together, which I think looks amazeballs. So this is really all there is to this part. I say like it is easy. I find it more challenging, and I have to focus more than I do with spinning regular non-art yarn. So pinch, draft, let go. Pinch, draft till it's super thin, let go. Pinch, draft, let go. Pinch, draft, let go. Pinch, draft, let go. Pinch, draft, let go. And that's all you do. So I'm going to keep working on this. And then when I have these done, I'm going to ply them together. Oh, one of the things, wait, let me show you one other thing here. So I want to just show you the little bit in between. So the bit in between, if I relax, these should be coiling up on themselves. You see that? See how these aren't really doing it, but this should ply back on itself. That's how you know you have the right amount of twist. These will twist on themselves, and that is normal. I mean, it's what you want. You want this to coil up. That tells you can have enough energy so that when you ply it, it's not just going to be falling apart. And actually, I think I might thread ply the Coriadel because I have that hot green. I showed you the very, very beginning preview. I have that lime green silk. And since Coriadel is a bit of a stickier fiber, here's that lime green. So I think even though this may not be the color that I love, sorry, I have this right out of my reach, but look at this. I think this will look cool if I apply it with that. I mean, come on, So it's always good to, try things that you may not necessarily think is in your wheelhouse, color-wise in my wheelhouse, but, I like almost every color. I'm going to finish this up, and I will see you back tomorrow, and I will have the plying of this, and then we're going to start sea glass because I just can't wait to start sea glass. I love it. And we'll probably carry this all through the final. If I have any extra time, although I do have date night on Friday, which is sacred, and I can't miss it, so I do have to do that tomorrow night. We don't have date night every Friday. We have date night whenever he has off work on a weekend, which is not that often. So so we have date night tomorrow night. We're going to go out and have a little bit of fun, and then I will spin when I get back. But hopefully I'll get all of this finished And I'll be starting the sea glass tomorrow, and I'll get that video up so you'll see the tail end of this and then the start of the sea glass, and then sea glass will carry us through to the finish line. If I have any extra time, I'll spin the other stuff up, but just expect it. Everything's going to be coming afterwards. I'll show you my basket at the end because there's still a bunch of stuff in there we didn't get to that I would really I want you to see it spun. There's the superwash targee, which is super awesome, and there's the Shangri F and Law, which is amazing. The fiber is just so divine to touch that I have to spin it. I'm super compelled to spin it. All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow. And at the very least, we'll have this plied up, and then we'll start sea glass. And hopefully my auto level winder's here so I can use the sea glass on the matchless. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait. So I will see you guys. I hope you're still having an awesome TDF. I will see you tomorrow for stage 18. Until next time, spin happy.